Welcome back guys to part 8 of this Laravel form software tutorial. I'm sorry that this video took so long, but I was away on holiday. So let's get started. What we are going to do today is we are going to delete the groups that we learned how to create in last video. So to do that we have to make the route first. Oh wait, and I had to do another thing. Namely that this filter checks if the user is logged in. However, we do not want to check if the user is logged in. We want to check if they're an admin. So what we're going to do is we're going to write a custom filter to check for that, and we're going to call it admin. And in the filters.php file here, you can see here is the auth filter. What we are going to do is I'm just going to copy everything and paste it down here to make sure that we do it correct. So call it admin. Now this has to be the same as this one. Then, well, what do we want to check? We want to check if check, and so this if they're logged in and if the user is admin. Very simple. If these are both true, then they're an admin, otherwise they're not. So what we want to do is we want to do nothing, I guess. Yeah, here we want to do nothing. So let me just do it another way. I'm just going to make sure if they're not these both, then do this like so. What we want to do is we just want to return a redirect to, I think we should redirect them home. Yeah, just redirect them to home. Now this makes sure that inside all the routes inside this group can only be accessed by admins. Now let's create the route for the deletion. So we do route get and then /group /id like so, again with the URL variable, and then the delete like so, and add an array the old-fashioned way. And delete group as forum delete group. Make sure to end the line with a semicolon. And that's the route setup. So we can close out of these two. Then let's go to views and forum index.play.php, and I want the button for the deletion to be up here. So that's what we're going to do. So that would be inside this for each loop, and then the panel heading, we want to add a div with a class of clearfix, then put this in there and add a full left. Then let's create a link tag, which currently won't lead anywhere, with a class of button danger, button, I think it's XS, and then say delete. And of course we have to add the pull right to that as well. Pull right. So this is pull to the left and this is pull to the right. Oops. So now here we have a delete button. What do we want to happen when we click this delete button? Well, of course people could click this by accident. I mean, it happens. So we want to make sure that we check to make sure that they really want to delete the group. And we are going to do that by a modal. So inside this statement here, we are going to add another modal. I'm just going to copy this one for now to shorten it up a little bit. And let's see, what do we want to change? This can all be the same. We want to change the title, of course, to delete group. And we want the form to go. And we want to say cancel and delete. And we can remove this ID like so. And of course, well, this could be an anchor tag because it's going to be a link, and then like so. Okay, so we want this ID to change to group delete, and yep, that's great. Now up here we want to add the data toggle modal and the data target of group delete. Let's see if that worked. Refresh, delete, and yippee, the modal comes up. Now, of course, all these groups have different IDs, so we want to make sure that the ID gets passed to this link over here. How do we do that? Well, JavaScript is going to be your best friend here. What we want to do is, let's see, we want to, let me just see how I did this in the other application, and I will be right back. Okay, so I got it now. What we want to do is on the delete button, on every delete button, we want to add just a signifier class, so something like delete group, and then we want to give the delete button in the modal an ID, so ID, and let's say it will be just button delete group. Now this is where the JavaScript comes in, so open the app.js file in public JS app.js and go to and add another thingy in here. So when people click a button, the button with a class delete group, so like this, oops. So when they do delete group, we want to get, oh right, we want to add another thing. In here, where was it? We want, yeah, the button, we also need to give it an ID, and the ID is going to be equal to the ID of the group, so group ID. Then what we're going to do is I'm just going to do something because I think it's easy. So this equals this, and then let's say we want to get the button, so button delete group with, of course, the this here, that one. So that button, and then we want to set a property of ref, so the location, and we want to set it equal to, well, slash forum slash group slash, and then the ID, and then slash delete. So in here, let me just open that string, and in here we're just going to add the ID of the button that was clicked. And how do we do this? Well, this, and then this is an array because, well, it's a class, so it has multiple buttons. And then, oh shit, one sec. Yep, sorry, I erred. This can go. And we want to pass in the event here in this function, and we want to say event.target.id. So yeah, this is going to get the ID and put it in between there. At least that's my hope. So let's open up the console to make sure we can inspect any errors, and click delete, and let's see. Yep, this goes, if you watch down here as I hover over the button, it will go to group /1 delete, so that's the correct one. And then if I click this delete, it should go to group 2. Yep, great. Now there's only the matter of actually deleting, which is super simple thanks to Laravel. We can close out the JavaScript and close out of the view. Well, let's just add a little thingy in here. H3, are you sure you want to delete this group? Like that. And then just close out of that. And go to, let's see, routes, what is it? Form controller, delete group. So controllers, form controllers, and down here create a function, public function delete group, and get the ID, like that. Then we want to, well, first make sure that the group actually exists. So we want to find the group, so group is equal to forum group find ID. Simple. Then we want to check if the group is equal to null, so if group is null, then let's just redirect them back to the forum home and say fail, that group doesn't exist. Now the reason why I put a backslash here is so this quote doesn't get recognized at the end as the end of this string, but as just the quote in the sentence. So yeah, that's that. Now then we want to delete the categories and check if they were successfully deleted. So I want to say something like del categories, and that is going to be equal to forum category where group ID equals, well, the ID, and then delete. Simple. We are going to copy this and say del threads. It's going to be forum thread, because we also want to delete the threads, and we wanted to delete, I think they were called replies, forum comments. Okay, comments. So forum comments where the group ID is the ID. Now, just to make sure that I actually created these fields in those migrations, so comments, they have a group ID. Yep, awesome. Now, and we want to really delete the group, so del group equals, well, we can just reference this group variable we made up here and then delete. Excuse me for the sound in the background, that's the washing machine. And then just if del categories and the threads and, oh wait, del comments and del group. So if they all succeeded, then redirect route to forum home with success. The group was deleted, and semicolon. Else, we want to return a redirect to the home with fail, and say an error occurred while deleting the group. Like that. Now let's see if this works. Oh, wait. I forgot a colon, semicolon somewhere up here. Okay, so let's say we want to delete the test group. Are you sure you want to delete this group? Well, yeah, pretty sure, so delete. And an error occurred while deleting the group. Is it deleted though? Let's go to foreign groups. It was deleted, so something is wrong here. So if they all succeeded, that's weird. Oh, right. I think it is because we don't actually have threads and comments inside and categories inside that group that it does that. So we need to change that up. So let's just create temporary variables. So if categories threads comments, oh, and well, we don't need this one. Categories, and we don't want to delete them right away. Like that, and we just want to say if categories count is greater than 0, we want to delete the categories. No, not like, what did I do there? We want to say category delete if threads count greater than 0. Oh, right. And then we say thread delete if comments count is greater than 0, then delete them as well. And we are just going to create a temporary array. Oh no, not an array, the variables again. So del C, which is true by default, del T, which is also true by default, and del co ca probably, which is also true by default. Oops, form controller. And then we want to say, well, this del t equals that, and del co equals that, and we want to say del ca, del t, del co, and just do group delete. Let's see if that does a better job. Refresh, add a new group, test group, oops, add group, save, group was created, delete, yes, want to delete, undivided categories, I'm gonna do it again, categories. The group was deleted, yes, awesome. And then let's try it with this one as well, the general discussion, delete, yes, I want to make sure it's gone, and let's check the tables, categories is empty, and groups is empty. So there we go. We can add and delete groups. Now the next part will of course be the separate categories and threads, uh, but they will more or less be the same as the groups, so that's going to be easy. And I will see you then.